Okay. So welcome everyone to the call tonight. We've already gotten started though, a little bit. Just hit record a little late, but we always start with a fun icebreaker. So I'm going to let Nicole take it away.
All right. So for tonight, our icebreaker is going to be that everyone has 30 seconds to go grab something that tells a little something about you. And go.
No.
30 seconds, guys. Go.
30 seconds.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 21. I don't know.
Wait, I don't know.
It has to be personal.
I think this is, isn't it?
Hold on.
Do I need 30 more seconds?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I
Who wants to go first?
Mom needs a picture. Hold on,
I can go first.
Okay.
So first of all, I went out of the room and came back in like twice. And on my last time coming back in, on the floor is my Bluetooth speaker charging. Because we have a Bluetooth speaker in every single room of the house. And everywhere I go, I'm always playing music. At work, I even take this to Hoo Ha. We play it in the kitchen at work.
Oh,
so I always have my phone or my iPad plugged in, and we're always listening to music. We won't even turn on the TV. I first got in my first house that I first got in my adult life, we probably went like 9 months without a TV, but we bought a stereo.
Wow.
Very cool.
That's so cool. I want to redo. Oh, wait, I got one. I have my sunglasses. Even when it's dark out.
I'm not home, but this is next to me, which I'm totally addicted to. I never drink regular water anymore because I'm so addicted to this.
That sparkling water is good.
Yeah, I love sparkling water too. What you got, Renee? Sunglasses, because you're never seen without them.
Yeah. So, like, I am addicted to sunglasses. Like, even if it's raining or almost dark outside, I'm like, where are my sunglasses? And my husband is always like, are you kidding me? It's not even sunny out. And I'm like, I know, but I just need them because I don't know. I may need them for some. I don't know. It's just, I think I've just become so addicted to them that they have to be with me at all times, even when it may be getting dark outside. They're even sitting with me in here. You never know. I just may need to put them on while I'm inside.
So I grabbed this. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
But my husband and I have set a goal to start hiking Colorado's 14ers. So we bought this. It's magnetic, and it comes with like little pegs that are actually still attached to the back. So every time we actually hike one, we put a little peg that we reached one of our goals. So we're going to start adventuring and getting out there and, working on our fitness at the same time, but experiencing Colorado for all its glory.
Oh, that's so
awesome.
Cool.
That's really cool. I think Yadita may be with her little one. I don't see her on there. I know she's there, but she's not there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So, there's Angie. So, should we give her 30 seconds?
Let's see. I know she may end up just listening tonight because I know she's been multitasking and really busy with her day job.
Well, tonight's call was really going to be, I guess, our focus for our chat this evening was coaching and growing your tribe and our tribe, and how comfortable you are with it, what struggles you have about it, if any, what just anything you want to share or input that you have about it. And also a little bit of chatting about going live. So, and those highs and lows. So
I can just break the ice a little bit and just start chatting and maybe get you guys, your brains turning, your wheels turning about things. But I just want to tell you guys, like, that if you guys are friends with me on Facebook, you saw that, someone came on and made a negative comment on one of my pictures about my body, saying that I had no curves. And so I actually, I went live about it. I waited that night and I didn't, really say a whole lot. I just commented back that wasn't nice. And then I went live the next morning. And I know, people keep saying like live is where it's at. Going live on your page is really where it truly is, because they get to know you. I am up to, I think, over 2,000 views on this live video that I did, and like 15 to 20 shares. I've had people reach out to me and tell me that I'm amazing, that the message that I sent was amazing, that they had their daughter, sorry, my battery's low, I need to plug it in, but that they had their daughter watch my video to share that message. And I've had multiple friend requests come in from the video. And I've had 2 people just from the video that's like, tell me more of what you do. I want to join you. I want someone like you as my coach. So I can really see, and that's something that's small. So like going live is definitely scary, but it's something that we should really practice at. And even if we're like practicing in the FA Empire group, and any time you can practice going live and doing it until you get more and more comfortable, like I just really think that it will benefit your business so much.
I definitely need practice on that.
Yeah, I've actually never done it.
Me either.
No, we should just have a practice day, like where we're going live in the FA Empire, and just everybody go live in there and share your story.
That'd be a good exercise, actually.
Yeah. I even still, it's not easy. I have to, really work at it before. I still get nerves. But I do know that when I was doing like around Christmas time, I was doing it every day for a workout. It got easier. I started feeling so natural on it. So, and I've gotten out of habit. So now those nerves are back and I'm like, oh, why did I let myself get out of habit? Because obviously the more you do it, the easier it gets. But yeah, like it's even scary for me still, and I've gone live. But I think it's just a matter of overcoming it with action. And yeah, I think sharing our story on our team page is a great idea. And taking it from there and one step at a time.
Maybe we can use that other exercise to kind of tie it in with your stuff, Renee, to tell your story.
Yeah, because I think like if you have like a 2-minute, it's almost like your elevator speech, so to speak, of what you do. Like I own a fitness business, or however you want to, and I'm a coach because. Like it needs to be like 2 sentences, something that we work on just about memorizing, so that if someone ever asks, we can just deliver it without even thinking. I started coaching because I started my fitness business because, like I was saying, I wanted that outlet, and another piece of me as mom and wife. And I wanted freedom for my family, and I didn't want to have to go back to work the 9-to-5 life, because that's just not me. I don't do well in that atmosphere, and it was making me bitter and depressed. So I became a coach so that I could have that freedom to live the life that I want to live when I want to live it, and help people get healthy and fit at the same time, and feel like I'm leaving a legacy behind, not just for my children, but for other women. And so, like, getting something just like that without I think it's good to have your, before and after, but I really think that book really hit home with me on that objection of, I'm not at my goal weight yet, I can't be a coach. You don't really need to go into all of that when it comes to talking about coaching and joining us as a coach. Because, like, India, you had that. You were saying, I think, that you had felt that way in the beginning when I first invited you, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, your story was, you had such a big transformation. I'm like, well, okay, I've lost 10 pounds. And, I lost 15 and managed to keep off 10. And I don't know. It's just like, it's not such a magic change, but yeah, I mean, it still motivates people. It still inspires people.
I also feel like too, like, it doesn't like even me, like, everyone's like, you didn't even need to work out. Like, I looked skinny in clothes, but I knew, outside of clothes what I looked like. But it doesn't matter, like, how much you lost on the scale, which is something that I try to tell everybody all the time, but it's like, it matters, like, how you feel right here. And, like, when I'm like, dude, last year was the first time in over 10 years I wore a 2-piece out in public. That, that it matters, like, right here in your head. It doesn't matter on the scale or any kind of number. And that's what I try to tell people, like, when they're like, well, how much have you lost? And I'm like, not that much, but I've gained a lot right here in my head.
Yeah, and also just the health change. I mean, curing high blood pressure and just feeling more energetic than I have in 20 years. That's a huge difference. It's not just the weight loss. I'm at a point right now where I'm not even focused on the weight loss anymore. I'm just trying to just eat better, because I was eating crap every day. So
that's so true. And that's what is so much more relatable too, because, sometimes I'm like, man, if only I had started before I had my transformation, it'd been so much easier, because so many people related with me. I felt like it was easier to talk to people because, they felt like, oh, she understands me. But now it's like, oh, you don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh no, you haven't seen my before photo. And then I have to, but even then you don't have to have that and it's all about who relates with who. So, there's no magic way to do that, because we all have our own, story. But I think that we all inspire people differently, and it's all about the transformation on the inside more so than the outside. And I know that was my biggest transformation.
My husband and I were just actually talking about that over dinner, because we've been kind of talking back and forth. Like, he wants to do it too, and he's been talking to his friends and them, but they don't get the full concept. And I was telling him, like, you have your own story. Like, before I started, he was diabetic, and now he's not. because of the lifestyle that we chose. And now he doesn't have to take prescription every day. And I tried to tell him, like, that's the story that you need to share. But he hasn't really grasped that whole concept yet. But it is true. It's all inside. It's not really what you see outside.
Not at all. You could be really skinny and very unhealthy on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're doing the coaching event tomorrow night. Does everyone understand like how that works tomorrow night? Like how that's going to go down?
No.
It's been done a couple of different ways. Which way is tomorrow planned?
New. We're trying to figure. We're trying on all different things to see really what works best. So this one, Renee created an event, and everyone's going to post their story in the event so that people can just go on and take a look. And then Renee, I'm not even totally clear on this one. So you'll have to tell me because Renee found this one.
Yeah, no, we're kind of what we are doing is what our uplines are doing right now too. But we're still doing the hour event that we had done before, Nicole, during that hour where we post like the ins and the benefits, you don't have to be a salesperson is one of the posts. So there'll be like those kind of posts in there, like there's always been during the live event. And
is that going to be in a group or on the event? The event? Everything's going to be in the event.
Everything will be in the event, and it'll be the 1 hour live portion where there will be posts going, and we'll go live during that time as well to answer questions and those type of things. But leading up to it, I think it's really good that us coming together as a team. And this is our first time doing it, so we can just, next time we'll just get better and better each time we do it. But it'll be, the last week of the month, every month that these events happen in some way. But I think this is a really good way to do it as a team and to grow as far as our confidence level in sharing our story. And it doesn't have to be going live, but it can be. And I think it's a good way to practice. And you can just go live in the event if you feel comfortable doing that, and just share your story. Or you can record a video and share it. Or you can post a photo and type something up and share your story and just post it in the event so that other people can see what our culture is like and the different leaders and members of our team. So that is, something that I encourage everyone to do.
And okay, how you said you're going to do it tomorrow, right? You're going to post it.
Yeah, I'm going to post it tomorrow. I'll do my story tomorrow. I'll probably just do a video. I won't be able to be in the event tomorrow. I do have a couple of people that are going to be joining, but I told them that I'd be available via Messenger, and I'll try to check in at work if I can.
Awesome. Yeah, and ideally, like even if, say, this time you don't have anybody that is going to be present for the event, like you don't have a guest, which what I usually do is I'll say, I get to have a few guests join me for this. And I think, India, you may have been in one of my events a while back as a guest. But I usually say, to some of my challengers that are doing great in the groups, that are posting, that are consistent, that are getting transformations, those are kind of the people I look for. Or, people that those are just people that stand out to me that are really engaged in my challenge groups. And that's kind of who I look for. And then I see that in them. And then I say, you know, I get to invite a few guests to this event that my team is hosting, and I would love for you to join me. It's no pressure. You can be just a fly on the wall and just take it in. There's going to be some inspiring stories in there. But I would love to have you join in if you'd like. Would it be okay if I get you added? Something along those lines. And then, you know, you get that yes or no. And most of the time, sure, I'd love to be a guest. And then, you know, I follow up. What did you think of the event? And during the event, I usually tag them and let them know that it's starting. Welcome. I'm glad to have you as a guest on here. Let me know if you have any questions. So that's kind of how I approach it. And then, but yeah, us coming together as a team and showing all of our leadership in there, I think is good. And, you know, supporting each other, even if we may not have a guest this time.
When should everyone have their stories posted by?
Well, the event starts at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I would just say before then, you know, it could be tonight up until then, you know. And if, you know, you may not get it done this time, work on it because we'll need it next time. And it you know, this is something good for you to just have in your, you know, on like save it on a YouTube. Maybe you could just have that, you know, for the future. But it's also good to practice going live, right, Nicole?
Renee's being nice. Y'all need to do it.
We were joking because I'm telling you, I'm a PD junkie. So I was listening to something that talked about like kissing and kicking or whatever. And like, you know, people that kiss and kick, and you know, how I'm the kisser and I need to work on some kicking and not so much, you know, and Nicole's like the kicker. No, you got to give it to him straight, you know? And I'm like, I'm trying. We need to be so nice to her, you know? But at the same time, like, you know, growth requires some kicking too. It's important. So I don't know where I was going with that, but it was some PD that I heard.
She was working on saying post your stories by 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow night in the event.
Oh, I love you guys. But yeah, see, we're all growing, all learning. And
how are you feeling tonight, Angie? You look drained.
I am exhausted. And Trump's on right now, and I'm recording it. I'm like, I got to hear what he's saying about healthcare reform, or I probably won't get any sleep. Repeal and replace. So, yeah, thanks for asking, though.
Yeah, you look like you need a bath and a glass of wine.
Ah, that sounds
That's
amazing.
next. A glass of wine and a bath with Trump running in the background. That's kind of creepy.
My love language is all of that minus Trump, but hey.
Right? Yeah, that's definitely not in my love language, not even close.
So, yeah, I mean, if you guys, you know, can post those stories, it's going to help the team out as a whole. What we're trying to get is, you know, the coach calls lately, you know, they've been just me and Renee, and we want everyone to see, you know, people that come on, they may not connect with me. They may not connect with Renee. You know, if you brought them in, then chances are they may not connect with us. So if they can see a bunch of different stories and hear a bunch of different stories, then they're going to connect with someone. And like, for instance, what Renee was saying in the beginning about, you know, big before and afters, that is going to attract someone, but it's going to deter other people. So if they see me with a big before and after, then they may be like, you know what, I'm not there yet and I can't be a coach. But maybe if they see someone else that doesn't have a huge before and after, but is talking about other changes they've made in their life and what coaching does for them and how they're able to still make it work without this huge before and after, then that's something huge for them to see. So it's really important for people to hear different people's stories and not just hear from one or two people.
So even if we can't attend, you want us to go ahead and post our live in the FA Empire? I'm sorry, I missed where we're supposed to post
in
it.
The event. So Renee posted an event. If you go look in the FA Empire, she posted an event in there. I think it's like Passion to Paycheck, from Passion to Paycheck. And if you go in there and you look in that event, we're going to be posting everything in that event and actually going live in the event. So if you just post your video story in that event, then that would be awesome. You know, just from now until tomorrow at 7 our time, you know, because we'll start going live at 7:30. So that gives.
Cool.
But yeah, that was the main thing. I think that, and any questions you have about growing your team and how you feel about that, or you know, any clarification on why that's important and what that can do for your business. I mean,
and Angie, even if you can't be there, still invite people to the event. So you can go on that event and invite anyone you want, like hit invite and invite anyone you want, anyone you've been talking to about coaching, anyone in your group that you think would make an amazing coach, you know, get them on board.
Okay. I'm a little behind. Sorry, ladies.
No, it's completely understandable. You have a lot going on right now with work, so. You're shrinking.
So I kind of feel like now that I've have a couple of people that are wanting to, or a couple of coaches under me that are wanting to coach. One of my, I guess, insecurities is not being a good enough leader for my coaches. So I don't know if maybe if there's resources or if there's something that we can cover on a call, or just how to, just how to be a good leader. And I know that I can reach out in the group and, ask questions if I need to for, to answer their questions, but just in a quick message, if they're asking me something and I need to get back to them quick because of work or kids, like sometimes I feel like I can't, and I'm not doing them justice. I'm doing them an answer. I'm not giving them a good service. What am I trying to say?
I think that's why we got to depend on each other. Because I know Nicole can't be there when I need her. She's got her kids, and sometimes my people don't work or whatever, and they're asking a question. That's why I love that FA Empire. So I could just post a question out there to everybody. And I think it's just setting proper expectations. But you're right, it is hard because you have to meet people where they are. And if they're ready to buy right then, to have to get back to them, sometimes that's uncomfortable, and you may feel like you might lose the sale or lose the coach's passion for whatever they're asking. But I love posting those questions in our group, and I found that to be helpful because I can't expect Nicole to be there. Even though if I just ask her, the answer comes to me like through the universe. I don't know what it is. The minute I post the question to her, it's like I find the answer. It's crazy. So I do just love that group, the Facebook group.
That was always me too. Like with my coach, I felt like I was always so needy in the beginning. I would message her all the time. And then as soon as I'd message her, I'd be like, oops, I just found it. But yeah, I remember when I had my first coach, I was really nervous too about, leading them and like failing them and how am I going to do this? And I think it's really not it's not about pretending to be perfect with it by any means. It's, being authentic and saying, I don't know all the answers. We're going to be doing this together, but someone does, and we'll figure this out together. We're on a journey together. And, really that we have the resources, and we're working on perfecting them even more. I know we talked about that some last week, with playbooks and stuff, but, the Business Starter Academy and those things that we have right now, they do work for now, until we do get the playbooks going. So if a coach really wants this business to work, they'll utilize the resources and they'll be hungry for them. And if you're not available, they'll find someone that is. Like, Angie was saying, she'll go search in the FA Empire and say, somebody help me. Nicole can't right now. But there's also, I'm just laughing already because it has to do with PD. Something I listened to today, from that one I was talking about. I'm trying to see if I can get it. There it is. Look, right there.
Oh.
It just showed up today on his podcast. And as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, that's his new 13-minute podcast for today, Overcoming the Fear of Leadership. So, that I'm sure will be of value for that, that question too, and help you.
I think that what Angie said is, to me, really, really important, which is setting expectations with people. And I haven't always been great at that because I want to be Superwoman. I want to be able to provide everything with, everyone with everything. And I want to be there for them. But in reality, I can't, and I fall short and I feel like a failure, and I may come across as a failure because I didn't set those expectations. So that's really important to make sure, because the other thing is too, and you want to let people know is, hey, you want to be able to do this job. And this, if you're, expected to be there all the time, then you have to think that's what the expectation is going to be set for them. When they get coaches, that they're going to need to then be there for them all of the time, and you will fall short, they will fall short, and you won't make it. So it has to be that we rely on each other as a team, and that also we use the resources at our fingertips, that you look for the answers in Beachbody, you look for FAQ, you use Google. People have to be willing to be independent, because this is an independent business. Yes, we're a team and we're here to grow on each other and build each other up. But at the same time, it is no one's fault but your own if you can't make it in this business. And I say that with love, with a lot of love, because I know it's a tough thing that I'm saying. So keep in mind, I'm saying it with a lot of love, but
she's giving the kick with the kiss.
See, I'm kicking, but I'm kissing. Because when I came into this business, like, Renee was brand new, and, she, wasn't sure on a whole lot of things. There wasn't a lot of training at my fingertips. I didn't have a lot of guidance. I could have easily said, you know what, I don't really know what I'm doing, and, and not dig any deeper. That is, it's up to you. K-How, you joined me at a very new point. I didn't have many coaches under me. I didn't know how to train a coach. You could have walked out and been like, I don't have a whole lot of support here, but you didn't. You didn't give up. You've stayed on. You've worked with me. That is, you committed to something. You wanted to see it through, and you're doing it. And now you need coaches that duplicate what you've done this past year, as far as hanging on and training yourself and working with us as a group and growing with us as we grow, but not just quitting because you may not be the perfect leader right now or know everything. Am I making any sense? I know, but But I mean, honestly, each person owns their own business, and we're here as a team, and they definitely, anyone that comes in is going to have the support, and it's going, we all care, and we're all there in the FA Empire to support everyone. But yes, there is a part of it where they're going to have to own their own business.
Yeah, and a lot of people, when they come into this, they've never been their own boss. So there is that certain amount of kicking you have to do in the beginning, setting those expectations that, look, I'm not your boss. I'm your mentor. You're the CEO of your own business. And while we're, like she was saying, we're a team and we're here to help each other, I can't do it for you. And as their leader, the best thing you can do is not do it for them. Encourage them, but don't push them, and just, meet them action for action. Like, don't, when they put forth action, then you put forth that, so don't beg them. And I feel like that was one thing that in the beginning I had to learn the hard way, even with Nicole. Like, I tried to manage her a little bit. Like, we had some, stuff that went down, and it was a good learning experience for me. Because
I don't do well with managers. She learned later on, like, I never worked for people that tried to, like, boss me around. I would quit. I'd be like, oh, bye, see ya. And so she's like trying to micromanage me, and I'm like, wait, what are you doing?
And really, you're not supposed to in this business. That's why this is the business it is, like, that's why we're entrepreneurs, right? We don't want a boss. So,
yeah.
I think that just, setting those expectations and not trying to.
And another thing that I'm going to put out there that Melanie Mitro, the top coach in Beachbody, says is set your hours with your coaches. So as you're getting coaches, like, letting them know when you're off. Like, for me, like, my family time, my husband is out of town during the week. So during the week, you can have me. Like, if you want to, I take my kids to school and I'll do coach calls, and, I'll spend time with you. But on the weekends, like, my husband comes home on Thursday, and I'll still do calls on Fridays because he's still getting work done and admin stuff done on Fridays to get done for the week. So that way, Saturday and Sunday, we can have uninterrupted family time. So also setting those expectations there so that people don't expect to, be able, because right now when you have like one or two coaches, it's no big deal. But when you end up with 10 coaches and everybody's wanting your time and everybody's wanting to schedule a coach call during the week, you have to have your off time. You have to have the time, or you'll end up going crazy of trying to figure out your schedule. And, and then also, like, if you don't set those expectations, I made the mistake of this. If you don't set the expectations that you're off on the weekend or whatever, or that you may not be able to get back to them in a timely manner on the weekend because you're busy, then you may end up with someone who's upset with you because they think that you're failing them or you're ignoring them or whatever, when the true case is that you're just human and you need time off with your family.
Another thing that I think is important to help your coaches as well in their first year is to let them know that they're basically, the first year of this is like network marketing 101 is really what the first year is like. And it is all about really being an active student in this business and learning and applying. So don't let them or you or anybody focus on, I don't want to fail. I don't want to, because you're going to fail. We're all going to fail each, but you learn from it and you keep doing it and you keep acting and you keep growing from the experience. So, even setting that expectation with your coaches and letting them know, hey, this is not something that's gonna, get rich overnight. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have to hustle if you want whatever said goal that they said they wanted. it's going to require work. It's not going to be easy, but it will pay off. It will absolutely pay off if you stay consistent with it. So like the consistency, and it's in all network marketing. Like there was a study that I saw that was like, if you stay consistent and everything that you're learning, you apply in your network marketing business consistently for the first year, it's like 101. By year 3, if you consistently do that, you will be making 6 figures. But you have to stay consistent and always applying. If you're not coachable, and then always asking if they're coachable, because if they're not coachable, it's not going to work, because I mean, it really isn't, because they need to be able to be mentored too, not managed, mentored when they ask, like if they're told you there's a goal that they have, how can I hold you accountable to it as your coach? So that's the main thing you need to do for your coaches, I feel like, is if, Nicole told me I want to make 6 figures and get freedom or whatever, I need to hold her accountable to that. If her actions aren't in line with her goal, I need to be able to say, hey, Nicole, like we need to sit down and have a talk. Like I need to know, has your said goals changed? Because, your actions aren't in line right now with your goal. Let's try to figure out how we can brainstorm getting that fixed, because, I think that is the main thing as a leader, is trying to find that place of how can I help align your goal with your actions
without managing them.
With mentoring them. So they have to ask, and you have to, just reveal some things to them sometimes. But yeah, only do it if they, you ask them, are you coachable? How do you want me to hold you accountable? And then that's setting that expectation up front. I think that needs to be done right in the beginning.
Or maybe better than hold you accountable, like, how do you want me to help you reach your goals?
Yeah.
Because I know for me, like, there's certain wording that hearing it, like, shuts me down. In all honesty, because it's like, it's my goals, it's my stuff that I want. So, like, if somebody else is talking about, like, we need to sit down and talk and hold you accountable, then I'm like, whoa, wait, what? So, yeah, I think it's also coming off as, like truly wanting to help them reach the goals that they have set to achieve.
Yeah, exactly. It is important, and that's learning. It takes time.
What's that?
I think it's something going on with Yadida, but I muted it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I do think that just setting, because I don't think it's a matter of if a coach has a low in their business, it's a matter of when. And as their leader, I mean, setting that expectation when that does happen, how do you want me to handle that is important, just like you would with your challengers. Because, they told you they have a goal for their business. So when it gets tough for you, when you stop showing up for team calls, what do you want me to do about that?
I would like for Nicole to come to my house with a case of wine. Can you write that down?
I'll drive her there. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I wish I lived near y'all.
On my way.
Better bring 2 cases then.
I'm bad. I like my vodka and LaCroix. I like the heavy.
Ooh.
You just give me the vodka.
I could do vodka. One of the best vodka drinks, speaking of, is whipped vodka or cake vodka muddled with water and an orange slice. Oh my God, it's like a dreamsicle. And you're only getting the calories of the vodka.
Oh, yeah.
That's my drop in knowledge for the night. That's right. That's my cheat when I absolutely, well, lately because of healthcare reform, I have to drink a little bit more than usual. But I jog in place while I'm doing it. But it's yummy, just saying.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that. That would really sound yummy.
Yeah, that does. And I love wine, but I found that lately I can't drink it without waking up with a headache. Like even like one glass, I end up with a headache.
Yeah. Vodka's always the go-to good choice. It's the clean, clear liquor.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Less sugar.
Mm-hmm.
True. Okay, a case of vodka then. If I don't show up at team calls, bring some cake and whipped vodka and a crate of those cutie oranges, and we'll just make dreamsicle vodka drinks and do a team call.
Yeah.
Man, we'll have to, who's all coming to Summit? Maybe we'll have to stock it. I mean, not too much.
Yes, have a round on me, girls.
We'll be having some fun at night.
Yeah.
So I think that was everything, unless anybody else had anything they wanted to add or any feedback, or I think this was a good call. All righty. Well, I guess we'll end it at the vodka, and we'll call it an evening. So I guess you ladies have a great night, and we will look forward to seeing your videos in the happy hour for the coaching event. And if you have any questions about that, you know where to plug in with the FA Empire team page.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
All right. Good night.